no matter the industry that you're in, you probably use Outlook or some similar platform as it relates to email communication. Unfortunately, when you look at many universities, while they have classes on communication, they really don't go in depth into Outlook and in depth into how you're going to manage the inflow of communication that you receive. Depending on the capacity that you have, depending on the industry that you're in, you can get anywhere between 15 to 20 emails a day up to 200-300 emails a day. And you have to have a process to determine what's actionable, what's not actionable, what's even intended for you if you're just copied on an email. So the approach that I take that may be of value to you, I know I've carved into my emails, and I get anywhere between about 85 emails to about 120 emails per day. So in order to help me determine how am I going to file through these emails, God forbid I take off a day or two, like this week, I took off Monday and Tuesday, I came back literally to about 500 emails, right? Because I still had some emails pending from the week prior. But what I don't advise you to do is set up a whole bunch of personal folders. Now, depending on the company you work for, this may be a standard protocol. Everyone in that company may be used to setting up a whole bunch of personal folders. I would not suggest you do that, because what I've seen is so many personal folders where the initial intent is to help you be more organized. So you might have a folder for Sam Richards, you might have a folder for appointments, you might have a folder for upcoming meetings, and before you know it, you look back and you have like 20 or 30 different personal folders, which is counterintuitive. That's almost like emails, right? But you have all these subfolders. So the process that I use is the 4Ds process. All right, the 4Ds process is do it, delete it, defer it, and delegate it. So when I get an email, I'm either gonna do it, which means I'm gonna respond to that email, or I'm going to put it in a category where some action needs to be taken. And I respond to an email if it's going to take me less than 2 minutes to respond. If it's going to take me more than 2 minutes, whether there's some analysis involved or whether I have to literally stop and dedicate email time to it, then I will put it in one of the other categories. So again, do it is if I can respond to that email within less than 2 minutes. Delete it means it's not actionable. The information covered is something that I can just store in my mental Rolodex and I can just keep it moving. I don't need to hose up space in my email. I don't need to save this for later. I can just delete it, and I delete it without any reservation. The third D is defer it, which means it does require some level of response, but it's not something that's immediate or urgent. And I just put that in my kind of deferred category, meaning I'll get back to it, but it's not something that requires action now. And then the last thing is I get an email, and in order for it to get done, it does require action, but it's not something that I specifically need to do. I may have a district manager that can do this for me, or I might have somebody on a special project that this more closely aligns with what I have them doing. So again, if you have a process, awesome. Continue using it if it's proven to be effective. If you don't have a process, I would implore you to take this, and it's do it, defer it, delegate it, or do it, delete it, defer it, or delegate it. And that will help you be much more proficient in your email management, and people will see and note you as being very organized. And really what you are is ensuring that you have a strong organizational process as it relates to managing your email.